Hey everybody, if you haven't done it yet,
Download the episode. It is the best way to support us.
Yup.
Every download is an extra treat for Spanky.
Yup.
Every download is a fresh set of tires for a Fisher-Price toy for a child in need.
I don't know if that's good for the economy.
Every download is that bit of lead you need for your mechanical pencil that you never find. Every download is 4-ply toilet paper in another person's bathroom instead of 2-ply.
Every download is an extra 5 pounds on your next lift.
A new PR at the gym. Yeah, I'm lost. But that was good. We had a little thing going.
We got a little thing going.
And anyways, enjoy the first episode of Dumb and Delicious in 2024. You
Filthy animals. Download the episode.
download the episode. Bing chilling highlighter, got me schmiletter, espresso. It's just your regular espresso mecular. Welcome everyone back to another episode of Dumb and Delicious, the podcast hosted by Gaetano Paratori and Jack Hamilton. My name is Gaetano.
My name is Jack Hamilton.
And for folks listening today, on this special episode on New Year's Day, Happy New Year's, Happy 2024. We hope that you guys are excited to bring on all the new challenges and seek all these new opportunities this year, and all that cliche, cringy shit. We're going to continue more cringy shit later, but more importantly, or less importantly, also letting you know that I have to be quiet for this episode, since my mother is sleeping and she does shift work, so I have to make sure I do not wake her up. So it'll be more of an ASMR type beat with me today. So yeah, but Jack, Sir Golden Boy, how are you feeling today?
Tired. I woke up at like 11:30 and then just
Like idled for an hour, ate food, played with my dog,
Idled for an hour.
and then I was like, wow, I'm tired, and just went right back to bed. And then woke up, and now I'm here.
Yeah, sorry I woke you up.
Oh, dude, don't stress.
Jack
I don't know.
was taking a nap, and then I was spam calling him, being like, "Dude, we have to record." And like, I'll be honest, like, I'm an impatient person, and everyone receives calls or texts or like communications differently. Jack is one of the people that I'm like, I know it bugs you. I'm sorry. I just spam call you
I don't care,
because I'm
honestly.
like, if I don't see you on Discord and I know you're at home, I'm just gonna spam call you.
I'm probably sleeping.
Because I'm looking up at the time and I'm like, bro, it's 2:00 in the afternoon. This guy's sleeping. How late were you fucking up? And then you were like saying we had a nap, so you did wake up earlier.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did not, dude. I went to bed pretty early last night. Because I played. Oh my god, I forgot. I played Dungeons and Dragons yesterday for like fucking 9 hours.
How was that?
We sat down at 3. Didn't end up 9 hours. No, 8 hours. We sat down at 3. Didn't end up leaving until 11. Just after 11. It was dope as fuck, dude. It was so much fun. But that was exhausting for some reason. I got home and I was so fucking tired, and I was like, why am I so gassed? So I did a cheeky bit of gaming for like, I don't know, like an hour, and then I just fell asleep at like 1:30. Just went to bed and fucking. But yeah, that was pretty dope. But check in.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm good. Christmas break's been good. I've been maybe unwinding a little too hard to the point where I'm forgetting responsibilities because
And what time it is during the day?
and what time it is
Just
because
losing track.
I forgot. I knew we had to record today. Didn't know what time. And I know I made plans today with somebody, but I do not remember who or what it was. So,
For reference, we're recording this on Friday, December 29th. So
yeah. So
that's
if you're
why.
listening to this podcast episode, whoever I made plans with, I'm sorry, but I completely forgot. So, my bad. Gaetano, how
I
about
bet
you?
G. I'm doing well. I am looking at my to-do list right now on my desk here, and it's reminding me to do my to-do list. So I'll be doing that later. I'm doing well. I had a very good shift yesterday at work. Everything went well. People were very nice, and there was a lady with her family that was very, very generous with her bill when it came to the tip. Her bill was like $200 and something, and she gave me what I calculated was a 45% tip. So it was like $117 something and something cents. It's like, yeah, for one table. So so after the transaction completed, because that's a lot of fucking money. I went away. I said thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your night. I did my little conclusion, my closeout, and then I went to a terminal to punch in something. And as I was putting the ticket away, or the receipt, in my pocket, I looked at it, I glanced at it, and I saw the fucking amount, and I was like, oh shit. So I ran back over and I'm like, thank you very much for everything tonight. You guys were a pleasure, this and that. I was cracking jokes. Like, they had a great time. They literally said great service, like, you were impeccable service. But I just want to confirm, I saw the receipt here and the tip amount. I want to make sure that wasn't a mistake or anything, and we can get you a refund and you can redo it, kind of thing. And then they're like, no, that was right. You were awesome. We really appreciate it. You made our night. And I was like,
No way.
thank you. I was like, thank you.
What a beast, bro.
It's just like one of those, like, I don't know, like, I kind of curled into a ball, and I was like, oh, thanks. And then a similar thing happened in terms of making me feel good. About half an hour later, another table came in, and it was a big table of like 10 people, massive family, and we're on the table asking about drink orders, etc. And this one little girl, probably like 10, 11 years old, asks me if this is me, and she shows me with a video of Dan and Ria, the channel I've done for web series and acting and stuff. And she's like, is this you? And she points to me, and I'm like, yeah, that is me. And she's like going off about how she's like their biggest fan, this and that. And then she got a picture with me at the end, and I was like, can I get a picture? I'm like, absolutely, you can, yes. And dude, holy shit, man, that is like one of the few times I've ever been recognized, and god damn, that is one of the best feelings in the world. It's just about recognition of your work and them just being excited to see you, even though I'm just acting, I'm just working, but that makes their day, that makes that they're a huge fan, they follow something like that. It just, oh my god, it was so wholesome, dude. It was such a great interaction, and I just felt so nice after that. I felt so like happy that I provided a service or a bit of my artistic ways and talents to providing entertainment for somebody. I don't know. It felt fucking good, man. It felt really nice. I was like, damn, man, I appreciate you so much.
That's dope, man. Good for you. That's sick.
But yeah, no, overall, yesterday was a very, very good shift. And then we got drinks after. And it was a good time. And now we're here. So today's going to be a good day today as well. I had a few errands to run. And then I also have to do some real estate studying, and then go out with some friends tonight. So yeah. Anyways, enough talking about me. Like we mentioned before, this episode is dropping on New Year's Day. So we thought, wow, New Year's,
new me.
what should we do for an episode? And then I was like, we should do New Year's New Me. We should do our New Year's resolutions. Ha ha ha. And I understand it's cringy, and that it's cringy, and a lot of people are like, oh, that's bullshit, etc. Sometimes it is, but today, more importantly, I want to verbally express my thoughts and what I want to change about myself for next year and the future going on, to recognize the improvements that we can make on ourselves and I can make with myself.
It's not cringy if you make it like realistic and stick to it. But if you're like, I want $1 million and a fucking Lamborghini next year as my New Year's resolution, it's like that's just stupid, in my opinion. I mean, hey, you know what? Everyone has their own resolution, but I don't think it's cringy as long as it's like realistic and genuinely something good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not just like some crackpot bullshit you're just firing out there to be like, well, I'm going to say this so that I look good. You know what I mean? If it's genuine, it's genuine. You know what I mean? So it's not cringy. Yeah, at least that's my take.
And I think it's also important that with these improvements and these resolutions, you also should add a deadline to it. So it's not just, oh, I have the entire year to do this. If it's something specific like I want to lose 10 pounds or something like that, you should say, I want to lose 10 pounds by March 31st or something like that, right? I feel like those specific kind of dates and deadlines creates more pressure and also gives you more drive to get them done. Because if you say you'll lose 10 pounds, by the end of the year, you might gain 10 pounds. Or by the end of the year, it's like the last few weeks or the last month, like, holy shit, I have to lose 10 pounds in 30 days now versus I had the entire 12 months that I didn't do it. Just kind of things like that. There's also other ones where it's a natural improvement that you do every day, and it's just more about keeping a pattern and keeping consistent with a habit. But
I think that's the most realistic approach
Yeah.
to it. Because like you said, you can't lose 10 pounds in a month, but it's really easy to lose 10 pounds over the span of a year. If you take it 1 month, 1 pound at a time, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But even honestly, even
Like-
10 pounds, you can lose 10 pounds in a month just in water weight. You can lose 10 pounds in a month by going on like a fucking keto diet, which I wouldn't personally recommend. I'm not a dietitian. But from what I've heard and seen from people that have done the keto diet, or sorry, not keto. Is it keto? Well, it's a no carb diet. I know that for sure. And I'll see them like shrink down. They lose a lot of weight, but then they regain it pretty fast. So I don't think it's a good long-term diet from what I've seen.
No, and honestly,
From
like,
friends and family.
I'm no dietitian or anything, but I understand everyone has their own different approach to dieting, and everyone has their own education and research. But from what I've learned, from what I've looked up, from what I've researched, it just comes down to calories in, calories out. So fad diets, if it's making you feel like death, for anyone in the new year who's going to be picking up a diet, and I'm not saying all diets are fad diets, my bad. For anyone who's picking up a diet, if you're really struggling with it and you really, really hate it, then try something new. Don't try and just stick with it because pain is gain. You know what I mean? That's not, no. You know what? Try and do a reasonable, healthy approach to it. Because I know, like, my dad has tried a few diets before, and not because he's like, oh, I need to lose weight. He just, wants to try it to see what, like, the effects and benefits are, and he's hated a lot of them. And he's like, these all suck.
Mm.
And so now that he's, like, today, he's trying to, like, lose weight because he's trying to cut a little bit for the summer.
Hey,
And I was like, dude, don't try, like, any of those, like, the 4-hour body or 5-hour body where all you eat is fucking beans in a 2-hour eating window a day. It's like, no, that's ridiculous. That's dumb. That's someone who's like,
bean breath.
literally, it's like the bean challenge, dude. That's what the fuck it is. Anyways, enough about me ranting about diets. I actually sat down on my phone the other night before I was falling asleep because I get really good ideas right before I fall asleep, but then I fall asleep and I wake up and I forget them. Because I'll be like, oh, I remember I was thinking about something last night and it was really, really good. So I've been writing them down. And I think in terms of approaching my New Year's resolution, I'm going to try and split it up into like lifestyle, physical, and mental. You know what I mean? Like I want to try and make
Lifestyle, physical, mental. Write that down.
like a resolution in each of those categories. Like, I want to make an improvement to myself in like, how I go about my day-to-day life, my mentality every day, and my physical body. And like one of the things,
Would you also add spiritual to that, or you think you're good on that degree in that department at the moment?
I
I don't know.
I
Whenever
would
you think you
definitely,
say
I just,
physical and mental, I
would
immediately
say,
think of the third one.
I would say spiritual as well. Yes, I haven't written one down. Because I haven't
Spiritual.
even, I mean, it's going to sound really bad, but I haven't even thought about a spiritual resolution. But that is
It's the
something I do
progress.
want to
It's the work
consider.
on it.
Yeah, exactly. That is something
This
I
is
do want to
almost like
consider.
this is almost like a therapy episode now.
A little bit of a therapy episode. I mean, I do have an
little bit
idea
of
for
therapy.
spiritual because I used to go to mass a lot every Sunday, and then this past
Mm.
year I haven't been going as much. So that's definitely something I have been thinking about that I would like to do again is get back into going to mass on a weekly basis. Although I will not lie, with school that does get very tough because
Yeah.
every hour counts when it comes to schoolwork. But I think that also comes down to just me not properly scheduling out my week because I could have taken off an hour of doing something during the week and doing work then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, you know what? Let's break it down like that. Let's do,
Lifestyle, physical, mental, and spiritual.
yes, let's do it that way. Lifestyle, physical, mental, spiritual. And
Those 4 categories.
let's check off the box back and forth each one. I think that'd be the best way to go about this. And you know what? I'm going to write these down while I'm doing them.
And everyone that's listening, feel free to as well.
Feel free to join us,
Look,
yeah.
we're going to go through the categories, and we're just going to kind of brainstorm some ideas, and we'd love to hear what you guys also think about what parts of what category you'd like to work on for the next episode. We can talk about it then as well.
All right. Do you want to kick off with lifestyle?
Sure, lifestyle. I have quite a few, but I'll just say maybe 2 of them.
So pick 2, go in depth with them.
I mean, actually, now that I'm looking at them, these look more like... Oh, actually, no. Okay, so I'll do 2. So this past year, as well as last year, I have realized and proven through a spreadsheet. I know it sounds stupid. I have a spreadsheet noting down every time I've gone to the bathroom in at least the past 3-4 months of this year. And every time I go to the bathroom, I jot down in my little spreadsheet on my phone how much time I spend in the bathroom. And I've done tests where I do it when I do not bring my phone in the bathroom and when I do bring my phone in the bathroom. Based off my calculations, I'm bringing up the spreadsheet right now, sorry. Based off my calculations,
No way.
there is I spend 46% more time, 46% more time in the bathroom when I do have my phone versus when I do not have my phone. So it's a simple one, but it's kind of hard to, keep consistent with. One thing for lifestyle I want to change is not bringing my phone in the bathroom with me in the new year. That way I can reduce the amount of time I spend in the bathroom. And yeah, also as a funny thing, I also wrote down on the spreadsheet, every time that I've been in the bathroom so long that one of my legs have gone numb because I put my elbows on my knees when I'm hunched over kind of thing, and then your foot falls asleep. Yep. Exactly. So, yeah, it's I'm gonna work on that. So no phone in the bathroom, and then the other one that would go under lifestyle would be lifestyle / future planning would be maxing out my TFSA and my FHSA. My TFSA, my tax-free savings account, and my FHSA, my first home savings account. Both of these accounts are obviously saving accounts. I believe both of them are tax-free when you withdraw after a certain amount, certain period. As well, each year they are given a additional amount that you can contribute to. They're given additional rooms that you can contribute to. So I believe it's every year the TFSA is like $7,000, something like that, and then FHSA is, I actually do not know, but I know that the FHSA caps at like $40,000 or $45,000, something like that. So if I have money in the TFSA plus the FHSA, by my calculations, if I can max them out by the end of next year from previous years up into this next year, or this year, technically because it's 2024 now when you're listening to this, I'll have more than enough to put a down payment on a house, like a good, decent house, which is fucking awesome. And that's just savings, not to mention investments and other things too. Anyways.
Holy fuck, dude. I'm sitting here listening to this and I'm like, I have $125 in my bank account.
You got to start making money. You got to start saving. You got to start investing. One thing that is important is not just. I'll be honest. Saving is important. It is, but as long as you know the right people or you know how to do it yourself, investing is so fucking important, especially as an adult, because the dollar's going to be here. I'm sorry, I'm using a physical gesture. So just imagine everyone in your mind. The money's here, right? Shoulder level, right? When you earn it. If you don't invest, it goes down to here where your like hip is, because you lose money, inflation, the value of currency goes down in the future or over the years, usually. Versus I want to be investing, so my money's here. Now it's at my head, right? I want it to be higher, and I want it to be not only worth more, but it actually gains in value, which is like even more. So that's why it's important to invest. Anyways, I'm not a financial professional. I'm not a business person. I'm not a finance bro, but I've had a lot of great people in my life that have taught me these skills. And my accountant is fucking exceptional. And he's my parents' accountant. He's my uncle's accountant. Just fucking great. Anyways, yeah. And I would say 90% of the money I have today, I worked for, which I'm very proud for. It hasn't been given to me except for, the occasional Christmas or birthday, etc. So, yeah.
Damn. Yeah. Well, I guess that's one of my New Year's resolutions is to start saving money too, because you just scared the fuck out of me with that.
You can open up an FHSA, a TFSA at most banks. Mine's at TD. and you can also do it through private banking as well.
I've always like tried to get like thought about getting into investing, but I don't know anything about it. I don't know where to start. I feel like I should just ask my dad because my dad's a banker.
Literally lives with a banker.
Dude, I don't fucking know. Honestly, I am so uneducated in the entire financial department, and I feel like that's gonna fuck me in the long run. But we're not worrying about that right now. Right now, we're worried about lifestyle resolutions.
Indubitably.
I mean, mine are nowhere near to the capacity of yours in terms of getting off, spending less time on the shitter and investing money. I'm trying to unlazy myself. That's like my number one goal for next year is trying to unlazy because I have become so
Drive
lazy
yourself to drive.
in the past year and just like something comes up, it's like, oh, I'll do it later. It's like, why don't I just do it now? I'm doing nothing right now. Why don't I just do it now? You know what I mean? Like that's always kind of irked me. I mean, primarily I'm trying to just like not become such a lazy piece of shit because I've definitely become quite lazy. Just working on that in general and just becoming more organized and getting my priorities straight because like I woke up today and I could have cleaned my room, but I chose to lay in bed and have a nap instead. And I didn't clean my room. So that's just, I don't know, honestly, for lifestyle, that's just my number one thing is trying to unfuck my laziness that happened as a result of COVID. Because once COVID happened, I degenerated into a school bot where I wake up, do schoolwork, go to bed, and I'm not doing anything else outside of that typically. So definitely
He compressed.
What's up?
I said you compressed.
Yeah.
He compressed.
Yeah. I'm trying to fix that shit. That and also like work more. Because now that school, like my second semester is going to be a lot lighter than my first.
Jack, have you heard of the 5-minute rule?
No.
So the 5-minute rule is basically a rule you vow to yourself that if a task takes 5 minutes or less, you do it right away. Which means that, say, hypothetically, I don't know if it takes you fucking only 5 minutes to clean your room. I think it takes me a lot longer.
It's going to take me hella an hour.
If you hypothetically, if you were the Flash and you could clean your room in 5 minutes or less, then you would do it right away because you remind yourself it is only 5 minutes. Like it takes you little to fucking no time to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
I should, you know what? I'm writing that down on my phone right now.
So try that. Fuck, put it on your phone, put it on a piece of paper and stick it on your bulletin board behind your monitor. 5-minute rule. So every time you'll look at it and be like, fuck, yeah, you're right.
And it's going on the whiteboard.
And it's going on the whiteboard. 5-minute rule. That'll remind you that anything that you do that takes 5 minutes or less, you do it. That even could be a discussion post you have to do for class. It's really quick and easy. Just do it. It takes you 5 fucking minutes. And then you could upgrade that if you really want to make it a 10-minute rule. Like I personally make my personal ones are 10-minute rules because I don't see 10 minutes as a long time. So I'm like, if it's 10 minutes, then I make it 10 minutes.
I'm starting with 5. I'm going to start with 5. And I'll work my way
that's good.
up.
And you make your way up.
I'll work my way up there.
I also started with 5 minutes, and then now I made it 10 minutes. I'm also going to put it on my wall because I don't have it on my wall. Even though I told you to do it, that also makes sense for me to put it on my wall. Anyways, okay, sorry, rambling too much.
Physicals.
Next category is physical. What is a physical thing, New Year's resolution that you'd like to improve on?
So
Scratch resolution. I think we should call this the list of evolution.
yes, exactly. New Year's evolution, bro. New Year's evolution.
New Year's evolution. All right.
So physical's the longest one for me, but it's a lot of small ones.
Okay.
So one thing I really, and like this bothers me so much. I can run in a straight line really fast. But
I'm glad you can.
And I can skate. I can skate well. But my coordination, like my fine coordination with my feet is so terrible.
Really?
Like when it comes to playing basketball, I'm constantly tripping over myself. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of funny watching you play basketball on your feet.
My coordination's terrible. And I don't know why.
I feel like you just have heavy feet. Like I've never seen you do something where you're on the balls of your feet constantly. I don't know if you do that in Muay Thai, but like
yeah,
you're
that's
always
the only
just,
time
like,
I can do it is in
flat
Muay
feet.
Thai. When it's like when I'm stance up, ready to go. And whenever I'm like hitting the bag, I have great coordination. I do. But whenever I'm like trying to play basketball or I don't know. I just don't like. I see people
a more sporadic activity where it's less predictable because a bag, it's right in front of you. You know where it's going to be, right? And you know how to move around it because it's always there. Versus basketball, hockey, it's like you don't know what the fuck's going to happen next. You don't know where you're going to turn.
I mean,
how you're
hockey,
gonna move,
it's fine because it's on skates. It's a little different. So you're not really doing fine movement with your feet. In hockey, you're just kind of like crossing over, stop, go, stop, go. That one's a lot easier. But like basketball, yes, 100%. So that's one thing I definitely want to work on. And I want to start trying calisthenics. That's the other one. Is like, I'm not switching off weightlifting to calisthenics because that's fucking stupid. But I want to try and work my core a little more.
Skinny abs.
So it's like I want to try and work my core a little more.
I need to start working core a little more too. And it's less for ab display actually and more for, I've learned past 2-3 weeks more, I've learned and how important it is to use your core when you're lifting something with your back, if that makes sense. Like I'm at work, I'm lifting a bus bin.
A majority of everything.
You know, you can squeeze your back muscles, but if you don't squeeze your core enough, then I'm not saying squeeze it like a fucking crazy, but if you don't squeeze it enough, it will still put pain. It'll still your back will be stricken with pain still, which is fucked. So that's why it's important to squeeze your core. Therefore, I want to improve my core strength so that way I can rely on it more than using my back all the time. Because it's bad to use your back. Because you only have your back once. You only have your body once. And that's what it is all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around.
Like there's thank you. Your core is like involved in a lot of your movements. Almost every single day, your core is constantly like activated when you're doing something, walking around. It's for balance. So I feel like having an improved core would be pretty good. They had like mobility exercises too. I want to start doing mobility exercises. So not like any big weight training goals, but like the small things like coordination. I want to try and work on getting those bulletproof knees and shoulders. That's what I'm trying to like. That's the kind of thing I'm aiming for. Yeah.
Yeah, sissy squats.
For physical.
I love me some sissy squats.
What about you?
I also, regarding to the gym, working on core strength. I also want to improve my flexibility. I know it's a little bit of a long shot in terms of a addition to the evolution list, but I really want to be able to do the splits by the end of next year because I'm pretty flexible already. I really want to be able to do the splits by next year. I think that would be some fucking bold ass shit to do. Who the fuck do you know that's a guy that can do the splits? It's all girls. I want to break the gender barrier, brother.
I want to break the gender barrier, brother.
You know that Nicolas Cage move in Mortal Kombat or fucking whatever? There's a game where he literally does his splits. He falls to the floor, does a split, and then just fucking smashes the guy's nuts. I think it's like an X-ray move.
Oh! Is it?
And I want to be able to do that.
Did you say Nicolas Cage?
It's like, oh,
is it Luke? Is it?
Yeah, that's the actual actor. What's the fake guy? Luke Cage? No, that's no.
Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nut punch. Have you seen that?
Johnny Cage.
I want to be able to do that. Fall to the floor in the splits and then just fucking crack someone's nuts apart. Well, I don't actually crack someone's nuts, but I mean, I want to do the splits.
Hey, man. Maybe you do. And if you do, that's okay.
Man.
As long as they're not mine. As long as they're not mine.
Anyways, flexibility, specifically trying to do the splits, work on my core strength, and also I know it sounds so fucking simple, but I want to get back on keeping consistent with my protein every day.
Yeah, I've not been doing that in ages.
The past month and a half, I have been so off my game for my consistent intake in protein powder, specifically like shakes, that it is pissing me off because I know my potential and I'm not there because I've been just so fucking lazy. And I think what I'm going to do starting that is take a video every time I take my shake, and then eventually compiling it into a TikTok by the month, remind myself to do it. So it's like almost like, okay, I have to take a video of me drinking protein today. Cool. I have to then drink the protein, obviously. And for me being a media content creator kind of person, like it'll also benefit me in that way, that regard. Yeah, I think that's it for physical. I also want to do stretches in the morning.
Fitness page. Gonna be starting fitness page in the new year. Gonna be on it.
Fitness page.
Okay, so in terms of names of the fitness page, I've been really struggling with that.
You sure you don't want jacking off? That was a good one. It's bad, but
that's a good one, but it's definitely taken. That's the only thing.
What did I tell you?
My Instagram is Gaming Nation 2023.
That's a good one.
So I was going to do Gymming Nation 2023. That's a pretty decent one. But I feel it's kind of a stupid name. Getting jacked with Jack would be a good one. Jacking off. Jacking off would be fucking hilarious, but that's not a good one. That's just not a good name.
Getting jacked, I think, is your best bet at the moment. I think Gymming Nation 2024 is cool, but like, I feel like that's so cringy as well
It
because you
is.
have the word nation in there.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
I mean, if that's what you're going for, great.
no,
but,
I don't give
yeah.
a dude. I don't know. That's the only thing. I don't want to just look like a fucking dickhead. That's the only thing. But then again, I also don't give a fuck. So I mean, I'll figure it out. I have another 3 days before I have to make I'm dropping the first post January 1st, but I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna post or record. So that's a figure it out as I go kind of deal.
Wait, what about Jack Peaks? And then the peaks, your logo is like is your bicep, and then it says peak. It just says Jack above your bicep, but it's curved, so that way Jack wraps around your bicep at the top of the peak of it. That'd be good.
That's actually a really fucking good idea. I'm writing that down right now.
And it's also jokingly like sexual, like Jack Peaks. You know what I'm saying?
How so?
Like you climax, you peak.
Oh, thank you. I think only you made that connection.
Oh well, I'm just insatiable horny. That's my job.
That is your job. Okay.
Jack Peaks, Jack Reacher. That's obviously.
Yeah, it's tough. Anyways, I'll figure out another date and time. Yeah. Mental resolutions. You first, because haven't really thought of any. I got to think of some.
I want to get back on my consistently reading every day grind.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I want like I've been on and off, but at least 3 to 4 days a week I've been reading 10 pages a day at least. Or if I'm in the zone, I'll read a lot more. And right now I'm reading. Right now I'm reading Be Useful: 7 Tools for Life by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it is pretty good. I'm not going to say it's the best book I've read to this date. The best motivational lifestyle book I've read has been The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, along with Atomic Habits by book's right here by James Clear. But it is still a very good book, and I'm very excited to finish reading it. But yeah. So I want to get back on the grind of reading at least 10 pages every day, because 10 pages a day, 365 days a year, that's at least 3,650 pages I'm reading, which is a gazillion books. So yeah, I think that's the biggest mental one. I might start going back to therapy. I don't know yet, because I don't know if I need it. But yeah, I also want to start journaling more, because I do my to-do list every day. I do my little random once in a while like goofy videos on my Snapchat, but I feel like being able to make a YouTube channel and editing it or journaling, I think that would be a very beneficial thing for myself. So yeah,
I want to try meditation.
Meditation's good as well.
I think that's something I definitely, because I used to, I mean, I've talked about it before on the podcast. I used to meditate like 3 years ago, and it used to help a lot with like stress and anxiety, like a ton. But I think meditation, I mean, I don't really know, it's probably not a good thing, but I don't really know where to approach a mental resolution. I think meditation's a good place to start. There are things I want to fix, but I can't really think of any on the spot right now. I think just trying to figure out how to better manage my time and stress, I think, is another good one to do, because I have really poor time management. Write that down. Are you putting a shift on something there, Gaetano? What are you eating?
Oh my god, I'm eating this fucking wrap and it's so good.
Meditation, time management. Okay. So far, unlazying myself, mobility, fitness page, meditation, and time management. Okay, I think those are pretty solid for me so far, because I can't really think of anything mental, like in terms of mental improvements. I'm not saying I'm perfect mentally. That is the farthest thing from true, but I just can't think of any resolutions on the spot right now. I should have planned so.
Nobody's perfect, but at the end of the day, if you can't accept that you're not perfect at the beginning, you'll never grow to become the best person you can be.
Shh, I'll take it.
Not saying you're a bad person at all. Absolutely not.
No, I don't understand at all.
Ain't nobody perfect except for the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Spitting.
Spitting. Okay. Anyways, and then finally, speaking of Jesus Christ, spiritual. What is something you think you could work on spiritually?
So I mentioned earlier, going to mass weekly, starting to go back to mass weekly, something I definitely want to do. And I don't know. I want to set aside more time for prayer and to give more thanks, because I definitely take for granted what I have in my life 100%. And I do not show appreciation or thanks enough for all of that. So I think those are the two real big ones for me for spiritual improvement. How about you?
I would say it is one of the most basic things you can do with most religions, and that is pray. I think that I have been very much lacking my prayer for a long time now. Ever since I started university. Before that, I would do it almost every day. But it's been about 4.5, 5 years now where I'm like, yeah, I need to get back on that. So I'm gonna start it.
Mm-hmm. I find the best one. Oh, sorry, no, continue. I'll take that out after.
I'm gonna try to find a part of the day that that is best for when me to pray, whether that's before bed, whether that's beginning of the day, whether that's, I don't know, like right before I drive somewhere, which I don't think that is at all the best because I'm usually in a rush when I'm hopping in the car. But finding a part of the day.
That's a really good one, though. If you're ever going on a long trip or something, always just, I mean, it's a family tradition of mine always. If we're going on a road trip, always say a prayer right before your road trip for safe travel, of course. But if you're looking for a time, the best time for me that has actually helped me stay consistent with praying almost every single day is right before I go to bed.
Yeah.
What difference is an extra 1 minute of me saying a prayer out loud before I go to sleep? What difference is that going to make in my sleep? None whatsoever. It doesn't matter how exhausted you are.
Yeah.
An extra 30 to 45 seconds is not going to make a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I also, speaking of right before bed and going to bed, I also want to give another additional one to my lifestyle, and that is fixing my sleep in regards to how much time I'm sleeping, and also making sure I'm not going to bed too late. And if you ask me, oh, Gaetano, how are you going to do that? My response would be, I'm going to set a time, not a bedtime, a time in which at 11 o'clock or at 10 o'clock, or whatever the time I've set it to, that is when I start getting ready for bed. Because I know for me, maximum takes me 30 minutes to get ready for bed. Maximum. Like brushing your teeth, like if I'm doing any skincare, like routine, etc., blah, 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 maximum 30 minutes to get ready for bed.
I should pick up a skincare routine.
So if I pick a time to start getting ready for bed versus I have to be in bed by that time, or I have to go to bed at that time, it motivates me more to be like, okay, that time in which, okay, I'm getting ready for bed at, say, till 11 o'clock, I don't do anything else for the day after 11 o'clock versus I have until 11 o'clock to do whatever kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Or not,
yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It's separating the time from getting, going to bed at that time versus getting ready to go to bed at that time. I don't know. Maybe my head sounds better, but I think it'll help.
No,
me.
I totally get you 100%, because when it's like I work at, say, 7 a.m., all right, I got to be asleep by 11. At 11 o'clock, exactly what I said there is the issue. I work at 7, I got to be asleep at 11. I should be asleep by 10, wake up at 6, not wake up at 6:30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the worst part is about that,
And rush over to work.
at 11 is when I'm winding down to go to bed. Not when I'm in bed falling asleep. It's when I'm brushing my teeth, getting in bed, and I'll probably be on my phone for another 30 minutes. So I usually go from what sounds like 8 hours of sleep down to immediately 6. Because I give myself an hour of saying going to bed and waking up in the morning, and then an hour of getting ready to go to work. So it's just not good. That's something I definitely need to fix as well. That's a hard one to fix, though, because that's a habit I've built up in the past 10 years with high school and everything. So it's just it's not good.
Cash money.
At that, and leaving to be on time, as opposed to leaving to be ready at my location on time, as opposed to leaving to be there on time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of getting there for 7, let's get there for 6:55 and give myself 5 minutes, walk in, clock in, get everything, not arrive at the time I should be clocking in.
Yeah, prep yourself in the car mentally for the workday, or even like give yourself 5 minutes to park the car, walk over to the building, things like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's one thing I definitely got to start factoring in now.
And that's the same for me when it comes to the GO train going to work. Like it's not too bad right now, but I need to still work on getting there like at least maybe 5 minutes more early so I can be on the track not running. I can walk. I can breathe properly. I don't have the adrenaline going. I don't wake up and then like
The fucking burn
15 minutes
there.
after I wake up, that's when I get to the parking lot and I'm already fucking sprinting. It's like I woke up 15 minutes ago and I'm sprinting for this fucking train. Yeah, it's one of those. All right. Anything else you want to add to the evolution list?
No, dude. I'm gonna have to
2024.
go back and listen to this episode though to actually like really write the shit down, put it in concrete, because this is something I definitely really want to work on. And you know what? As part of the fitness page in the new year, I'm gonna be posting all these, and I'm gonna keep everyone who follows updated on the improvements. That's the plan.
Good.
Who knows if we'll stick with it, but I'm gonna try my best to.
Remember, it's not about just it's the actions, not just your words. It's not about just saying you want to do it and proving how you're going to do it. Writing down how you're going to accomplish something. Yeah, because everyone does things differently. All right, I think that is the perfect conclusion to this episode. This first episode of Dumb and Delicious in 2024. Thank you everyone so much for listening to this dumb but delicious content. If you aren't following us already on the following platforms, you can follow us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, and GeoSavin.
Google Podcasts. If you want to find us on our
Podclass.
if you want to find us on any of our social media, you can find us on Instagram at Dumb and Delicious. Our personals are linked in the bio. Feel free to send us any topics you want to hear us talk about, any questions you want to hear us answer, or any improvements we can make to the podcast to make it a better experience for you guys. And also, just if you want to say hi, have a chat, feel free to reach out. We're always there to answer.
Sorry, I just blanked out for a second. Holy fuck.
I know, dude. I looked over at you and you were just
I was
focus on that fucking rap, bro. Bro's locked in.
No, bro, I was focused on my pen. Again, thank you everyone so much for your ears, your time. If you haven't already, please download this episode. It would mean the most to us. And it is the best way to support us. On the road again.
On the road again.
Okay. Take it easy, everyone. Thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you in the next episode of Dumb and Delicious. Ciao.
Peace.